คุณ
Start
แม่ล่ะคะเรา
streaming
สู้ไหมคะ
ได้แน่นอนเพราะไอ้น้ำแม่อะซาเวดอีกแล้ว
อ๋อ
Oh,
ไอ้น้ำเอาให้
what?
นะคะด้านนี้
Is
คุณ
she
แม่บอก
like
ว่าได้
someone's
แน่นอน
parents out of here?
โอ้
Yeah,
โห
a lot of
กำลัง
fan
ใจ
clubs
แน่นหนา
here.
เบคอนล่ะ
That's
คะมีกำลัง
lovely to
มี
see.
เสียงแฟนคลับไหมเอ่ยขอเสียงแฟน
That's
คลับเบคอน
lovely
หน่อย
to
ได้ไหม
see.
คะวู้
Oh, of
โอ้
course.
โหโอ้ด้านนี้ก็ไม่แพ้กันค่ะโอ้โหนักแข่งเราต้องเอาชัยชนะมาให้ได้แล้วอ่ะก่อนที่เราจะให้แฟนคลับของเรานะคะไปนั่งพักกันเดี๋ยวให้เขาบอกอะไรนักแข่งสักหน่อยดีกว่าว่าแบบมีอะไรอยากให้กำลังใจนักแข่งที่เราเชียร์ไหม
รอดูในที่ลาดพร้าวตอนรอบชิงเลยนะครับ
Oh, in the
เรา
finals
ต้อง
though.
เอาแต้มนี้มาให้ได้นะคะ
That's
เพราะว่าแฟน
crazy.
คลับเดี๋ยวรอเชียร์แล้วคุณแม่ค่ะ
Yep.
ตามแน่นอนเพย์ออฟที่หนึ่ง
ที่หนึ่งโอ้โหโอเคค่ะ เดี๋ยวตอนนี้นะคะเราจะให้แฟนคลับของเรานะคะกลับไปเชียร์เบคอนและเทนากันต่อค่ะ ขออนุญาตส่งต่อให้กับพี่แคสเตอร์ทั้ง3คนได้เลยค่ะ
Okay. So I should just pop them right back up, right? Yep. Live now at wherever it is. Okay. Oh, I'll run the mid laners later. Oh wait, no way. How come we're already live? Sorry guys. Let me check the audio real quick. Live. Sorry guys. Let me check the audio real quick. Live. Sorry guys. Let me check the audio real quick. Live. Real quick. Live. Okay. Okay. I think we are. I think we're good. We're good. Hello. Welcome, guys. Been a long time, eh? Missing the entire week for number 4 of Watchalong, unfortunately, but here I am. I'm back. Just hop right onto the streams as soon as I'm signing out from my days of work, right? Wait, where do I? Okay. Sorry, guys. I supposed to share this live streams link, right? Okay. Yep. That's actually cool. I'm gonna try to set up the post on my fan page. In case you guys haven't followed that yet, make sure to do so. It's really helpful for you to get all this news from MSL Thailand. I understand that there's probably many like news outlet for Mobile Legends, right? And especially an international ones. But I assure you, I am your Okay, sorry. I shouldn't oversell myself, but look, I'm convinced that I actually can help you guys out when it's come to exploring and understanding MSL Thailand, you know, and also Thailand esport ecosystem at the very least, you know, and how MLBBs can potentially thrive and also to grow. And if you want to be a part of it, if you want to watch us grow together, make sure to go like and share and follow not only MSL Thailand officials, the Facebook page, and also all sorts of channels, but of course here as well with me, your Thai and English bilingual caster Facepalm. I think I'm gonna go and BB Mobile Legends. Okay, I think this is good enough. Whoop. We go for expanding rivers. I think that in week number 4 there was this one day where it's just keep stacking at broken wall, right, for like what, 8 or 9 games.
2, 1.
Alright, I think it's a default ban pick by this point. Fanny, Zertian being banned by Bacon Time, and then Freya by Tenacity. Interesting. I'm not sure if it's probably here and there, but I don't remember ever seeing Freya in the ban picks. I mean, even Cairo played player once. Mobile Legends Thailand. I think they already settled, right? Okay, Juicin, of course. Tenacity is gonna be the one to take the courtesy, and then Bacon Time straight up with Uranus ban. Huh.
I am not
Oh, Kang Kang is gonna get his hand on Phoveus once more. A very dangerous pick by Five, especially like if Bacon Times manage to like form team fights into that favors for let's say on the first Turtle Siege. But okay, solid counters by Tenacity as well. They got Harith straight up with okay. So at this point, we probably gonna get to see a Glorious Pathway right on top of Salmon Force, right? Maybe, who knows? I think this is looking good in terms of, you know, fighting in all of these tight corners and also, I guess you can say, narrow positions. But then you compare that with what Bacon Time is trying to form here. I think this 2-pick is interesting. Is B-Boss gonna go for Guinevere jungler straight up, or Exalt would try to... Yeah, I mean, sorry, Exalt already Valier. Are they trying to dominate like the mid lanes? I think trying to make sure that they can keep the mid lanes contained so that fight won't spill over, or there would be like a person down during a turtle siege. Yuyo got picked by Tenacity. MLBB. It's gonna take forever for me to actually attack this one. MSL Thailand, MSL TH, okay, MSL Thailand. Yeah, I think we're good. Hopefully. Yep, I'ma just mention League as well. No send message, please. That's really a hassle whenever I have to like make an adjustment earlier. Not sure who makes it a default, but Khalid being banned by Tenacity, so probably trying to switch on to. So yeah, at this point they probably already fixed on Guinevere being junglers for B-Boss, so they're trying to narrowing down the roamers who can have all these mobilities to supply the team fights, especially to make times before them in terms of rotations. Fourth ban picked by Bacon Time, maybe trying to narrow down the mid lane options for Tenacity. Valentina, I don't know, Sertian. Oh, sorry, Sertian was already banned. Okay. Yeah, but I guess probably still gonna zero down on the mid lanes. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's do this. Alia, okay. Yep, respect ban Spider Mouse picked. I mean, look, so far I think that if there's any edge towards having these Filipino talents in your rosters, I mean, regardless of the results, I think that it has to do with, you know, the heroes pool that you can manage, that you have with all these players who has been playing originally playing MLBB since the start. They have years of experience more than the transitioning players. They have way more hero pools. There were times where Khalid was meta, times where Kalia was first pick or first ban. So for Bacon Time to have someone like Spider Mouse and also Exalt in the teams is really going to be helpful for them. Okay, Faramis. Yes, I remember Tenacity's brought Faramis out in the second game, right, against Buriram. And yep, not sure if we see BS and Lot guys already in that game. Guys, interesting. So they go for. Right. So purple shoes, I guess. Is would they just okay? Look, by on paper, I think that already Tenacity is trying to find the positionings, right? Okay, maybe finding some infos and also trying to draw some skills. Maybe, you know, lure or bait some of them from Bacon Times with purple shoes. The thing is, I don't see. Wait, what? Kaja for Spider Mouse. Okay, this is risky. And also kind of, I think, not really the way that Bacon Times draft. They're not really committing to a team fights in similar manners. Okay, there's set up patterns we can see from Violet Requiem, from Guinevere, and then Infernal Pursuit by Phoveus. But then I'm curious about Kaja. Why? There's no way that he just picked it out of. He just picked it just to show Barca that how to play them. Shouldn't say that. Last picked by Tenacity, and I think that at this point Song Jin Woo's probably gonna get his Sora. Interestingly, being banned and also picked in quite a similar rate with 47% team wins. I think that's what that was about. All right. So here we are, match 38 right now. This is game number 3. Once more, I'll probably react to game number 1 and number 2 right after. I actually get the chance to skim through it, but man, I shouldn't really be surprised at this point anymore with how Bacon Time conceded the first game. Look, it's only a matter of time before you're gonna fall into someone with this sort of capacity. Sorry, let me recheck my live stream real quick. I want to see sort of capacity. Sorry, let me recheck my live stream real quick. I want to see sort of capacity. Sorry, let me recheck my live stream real quick. I want to see sort of capacity. Okay, I think we're good to go. Game number 3. This is this of course is going to mean more for Bacon Time. They need this win in order to guarantee their places in the playoffs. For Tenacity, of course, already being qualified, this is also a chance for them to sort of like stamp of authorities, you know. More or less, I think people expect Bacon Time to make it into the playoffs. For Tenacity is to get one over them first in a regular season, I think would means a lot. So let's see if this would be Bacon's time or not. Oh, Exalt got picked up out by a BS, and then once again Water dishing all this damage onto Spider-Mouse straight up. Risky play by both Spider-Mouse and Exalt. Hopefully they know what they're doing. And they managed to invade the jungler. Creeps once more for Tenacity. Very much proactive by the Tenacity side. B-Boss, I think, starting to cut on to the rhythm. Flanking into 2. Spider-Mouse got picked up. Exalt dishing in damage. Finding BS, got caught on. Song Jin Woo flanking in from the side in time. Just keeping them safe. First blood has yet to be spilled by both sides. But man, it sure looked like the time was denied for a couple of moments. Exalt and Spider-Mouse HP refilled. With a cut on to BS lurking in the outbushes. Water being the reinforcement, as now the turtle has been spawned. Spider-Mouse would be the first to the scene, but 3 from Tenacity is going to make sure that this first neutral objectives go into their favor. Song Jin Woo finding Spider-Mouse, Kang and B-Boss coming in. Water securing the objectives already. Another fight is potentially about to break through, but it seems like Bacon Time is not ready to commit to this team fight. Gun NC dodging out from Saman Force and then pushing all this damage into finishing Harith from Griffith as the first blood goes to Bacon Time. Great positioning by Gun NC actually to evade from Saman Force, and I think that the scaling seems to right now there are 400 gold differences, so maybe that's where the scaling sort of goes into his favor. I like to see Gun NC's itemizations later on, but alright, it seems like one got caught there. It's B-Boss, Water, and BS dishing all the dash damage. Oh, 1 HP and a dream by B-Boss. Close call by Bacon Time once again. Spider-Mouse trying to provide support on the top lanes here. I think it caught on to Tenacities now with the expanding river being the out here. That's probably going to be the cases of them making their ways into the objectives and also side lanes flanking way faster. Oh. Foul one, Spider Mouse got picked up. Exalt got flanked in by Lord Guys as well. This is looking bad for Bacon Time right now. They're trying to finding refuge in the turrets. Not gonna work there. Lord Guys claim his first kill by taking out Exalt. 1-0 by Tenacity. Now they're gonna rotate onto the bottom lane once more. Tenacity was just like the namesake of the teams. They're way more tenacious. The rivers rolling onto the bottom lanes. Turtle already being spawned. Tenacity wasted no time. They've won both of the objectives here. Let's see how Bacon Time can set up this team fight. I think they're a bit reluctant. They're giving out the space. Griffith already with Salmon's Force finding gun NC. A lot of his damage. HP is already gone. But that is the opening that Tenacity needs to ensure that Water gets this Turtle. Lord Guys flanking into the turrets in vicinity. B-Boss blinking one in, and Spider Mouse with punishing his transgressions. Meanwhile, Water got gun NC as a payback as well. The score would tell you otherwise, but look, if we talk about the objectives, this is what caused Tenacity to right now being 1k up. Whoop. Okay, let's see the itemization. Oh man, is that already a sky piercing sword? On Water already, and now his ultimate is also ready as well. Just expense it. Purple Shoes by Lilia is also being ready as well. So I'm trying to find my touch here. Let's see. Oh man, Bacon Time is struggling to find a retaliating fight. All the timing, the actions were being carried out by Tenacities, who's now driving the bottom lanes here. They're probably gonna get it as outer turrets sooner or later. Oh, but Salmon Force already being expensed by Griffith. I'm not sure if Bacon Time actually caught onto it though. He dispensed it right into the bush. Alright, Song Jin Woo lurking in the outbush, finding B-Boss. Lord Guys and B is already caught onto him. It's 3 against 1, and Song Jin Woo claims the kill. Spider Mouse and Extort keep a close eye on them, but can only watch as now they're man down for the third Turtle Siege here. BS zoning out any potential threats. Exort. Oh. There's a setup plays between him trying to aim for BS, who's now going on with Glorious Pathway as well as Salmon Force. They're trying to guarantee this outer turrets on the mid lanes, which will be the one thing that they claim first. Spider Mouse, Divine Judgment, Fire Lord Guys, a lot of damage, dishing right in. Gun and C would gets the kill, and also White Red Requill from B-Boss, finishing off Water. 2's out by Tenacity. Oh, Song Jin Woo has to escape, and now all the attentions divert to BS instead, but still sustaining himself with the high loss pick. Oh, and suddenly, Bacon Times are trying to retaliate with the outer turrets as well. Salmon Force coming in by Griffiths, trying to sever all the remaining defenses for the mid lanes. But right now, Griffith, great call there by Spider Mouse to put his CC and saving Exort. This is actually a great timing by them. Like, I really need to see that again. Spider Mouse was just like, because Exor was on such a low HP already, I see like Glorious Pathway being open on by BS, but look at that. I wish we got a replay on that though. So yep, the goal differences is still not that significant. We're talking about 2Ks here, and I think it's very going to be important on how Bacon Time plays the next Lord Siege here. But at the very least, Gun NZ, with the help of Spider Mouse, can push the turrets onto and manage to equal on the fields here with the outer turrets for Tenacity side being gone on the bottom lane as well. Oh, but I think that Griffith doing his part, keeping the leads on here by finishing off the top lane as well. Trying to rotate as fast as possible, Gun NC, but right now the first Lord has been spawned and Song Jinwoo and BS checking onto bushes. Not guessing the right one yet, but I think Spider Mouse would already have a clue on that positioning, stacking up with Exhort as well, opening up his position, and Kang roaming around. Make his presence be known by Tenacities. Another fight breaking through in the mid lanes, I think. No, they're just trying to push onto the minion waves. And Tenacities would initiate this Lord Siege. I don't think Bacon Time can manage to sit back and watch anymore. Let's see how this one would go. Song Jinwoo, but diving in. Goddess Pathway coming in, but got knocked up by two Lord Guys and BS. And right now Kang is in pursuit. Pushing the bat right in by with Requiem by B boss finding one. That's gonna be BS. Water managed to sustain the loss already with Saman Sword right with supply the damage to finishing off Kang. 1 kills and 1 Lord here. This Asterisk for Bacon Time. Waters already claiming the doubles with B boss. No way. They're gonna invade this buff straight up. What a play that was. Yep, let me see the replay. Alright, so I think Bacon Time trying to force the fight, closing to the vicinity to the Lord. But yeah, Waters keeping his full focus on to the objectives as well. And then afterwards, Griffith Salmon forces serve as like a sort of like a propellers for them to pushing onto the fights back. So I can see Bacon Time's idea in the team fights already, but yeah, the timing is not really on that side. It's a gamble, and yeah, it's just not paying into favors. Divine Judgment calling onto BS. All the damage from Bacon Time. Gonna see which claims the kills once more. It's way too costly for Spider Mouse to use Divine Judgment, just picking onto one and having all of his teammates dishing out the skills to guarantee the kills. Oh man, I mean, look, Bacon Time this is really like just like game number 2, which we'll probably get a chance to revisit real quick. But oh man, okay, Bacon Time. Let's see, 4K's behind in goal differences. Another minion wave is gonna hit them soon. Okay, Brute Frost Breastplate being equipped by B Boss already. Spider Mouse trailing behind the rest of the teams, but free from Tenacities. It's already invading their halves of the jungle. I'm starting to think that Bacon Time's actually caught onto that positioning, opening onto the bush straight up, and it will be scrimmages. Water finishing off B boss first. Oh man, a dangerous grass indeed, but no, it's actually expanding river, which is this map. What can Bacon Time possibly do? And now, oh. Yeah, they gotta cancel it. Did he already use Divine Judgment? No. Oh man, but I think his positioning has been opening up, so we gotta retreat back. But that's gonna give Tenacities all these spaces in order to invade the half of the jungles once more. Lord about to be spawned within. Oh, do I see a warp spam straight up? Tenacity. Let's see how Bacon Times can potentially clutch this. Okay, Kang got caught by Song Jinwoo. Goddess Pathway already being opened up. Salmon Force as well, trying to find Bacon Time, but now they're going for another flanking area, and one of the Requiems from B-Boss. Oh, BS is gone now, and Tenacities has to retreat. The Lord's got to get this reset. But a lot of I think like what 3 ultimates being expensed right now. Now they only got Infernal Pursuit as well as Valiant's ultimate. So Bacon Time is probably have no choice but to commit to this Lord. Instead, Spider Mouse fighting Song Jin Woo, drawing out of the attentions away. Watchers already gonna finishing him off first. Exhaust and Kang Kang trying to split onto this fight. One fighting him from behind. And B-Boss gonna be the one to responsible for the Lord. Lord guys find Kang Kang already. Griffith with Salmon Force, but Fire is gonna be chasing down onto them. All their HPs were gone, and B-Boss nicely done in order for him to secure this Lord for Bacon Time. All right. Lord for Bacon Time. All right. They're not gonna let this finishing off that easily, it seems. Man. Finishing off that easily, it seems. Man. Oh, and now one still finding him right with Requiem's one more gonna see finishing off BS already. Salmon Frost by Griffith. But right now, Bacon Times, their drawbacks, they find the right positioning in order to dish on the damage. Waters got Divine Judgment straight up by Spider Mouse, and gonna see finishing off to claim his triple kill. Oh my days. Spider Mouse and gonna see finishing off to claim his triple kill. Oh. And now the Lord's gonna find the inner turrets on the bottom lanes here.
Red team turret has been destroyed. Red team base turret has
Oh man. And suddenly, all ties have turned. Crosspad with Salmon Force, one more. Song Jin Woo got this on a lot of damage by B-Boss. Instead, White with Requiems, one more right in the middle of the base here. And B-Boss gonna find Griffith, Kang Kang with BS as well. 3 down by Tenacities. There's only so much the rest can do. As Bacon Time finishing off another 2-1 victories. The reverse sweep trend remains for the Bacon Time side. Wow. And with this, Bacon Time's gonna qualify for playoffs. Tenacity, so close yet so far. With the standards and also their performances, they're probably gonna do all of this very well. Yep. Another loss here, but yep. By Tenacity's side, but they're clearly not happy with that. But look at this. Suddenly it just begins to working with the progressions from, I think it's because we're approaching like the 15 minutes marks, right? And yeah, Bacon Time just starting to, this is probably the game ending plays here. Spider Mouse, that really is it. That Divine Judgment calling on to Water as it's about to dispense Evil Queller. Wow.
ตอนนี้นะคะเราก็อยู่กับผู้ชนะทั้ง2คนจากเบคอนไทม์นะคะโอ้โหบอกได้เลยว่าเมื่อกี้เป็นเกมที่ตึงมากคือแบบลุ้นตลอดเกมเลยไม่ใช่แค่นักแข่งนะคะ
It for sure is
และออนไลน์ก็คือลุ้นกันไปหมดเลยคือขอถามความรู้สึกก่อนเลยค่ะความรู้สึกเป็นยังไงบ้างที่เราชนะและได้แต้มมาได้เข้าสู่รอบ Playoff แล้ว How does you feel about this win
Happy.
Okay.
That's it? Just happy
That's it.
Okay แล้วกันเอ็นซีอะคะ
What about gonna see?
ดีใจมากครับเล่นได้วันนี้เล่นได้เหมือนในซ้อมเลยครับ
I'm very happy. We managed to perform just like we practiced.
ถึงแม้ว่าเกมคือเราตั้งใจ
So
ให้
of course I'm glad.
มันคือแผนของเราแผนของทีมเราที่แบบให้เกมมันตึงก่อนเลย
Is it your
ใช่ไหม
team's
แล้วค่อย
plan
มาชนะ
to
ทีหลัง
make it
หรือ
this
ไม่ใช่แผน
close?
ไม่ใช่ครับ
อ๋อไม่ใช่แผนด้วยโอ้นึกว่า
There were
เป็นแผน
times
มาต
where
ลอด
where like I think Ganessi is the one who said that like hey it's a plan of it's not a plan of course but we just go with the flow.
เมื่ออาทิตย์ก่อนเนี่ยแบบแทบจะไม่มีใครล้มเขาได้เลยนะ
Last week
รู้สึกไงบ้างที่เราเอาชนะ
Water
เขา
was
ได้
unstoppable. Nobody can really stop him and deal with him. How do you guys manage to pull that off?
แต่ผมก็รู้อยู่แล้วว่าทีมเราชนะอยู่แล้ว
Oh, I already know that our team is gonna win.
เราฝีมือดีกว่าอย่างนี้เหรอ
Like we're the better teams or something like that?
How does
Of course.
it feel after you beat the Tena City because they like performance is so good right now. No one can beat him. How does you feel?
Happy.
Happy? That's it.
There's a high chance that we can get the upper bracket, top 2.
Okay.
Happy.
Oh, you're so happy, but you already know that you're gonna win, right?
Yeah.
ก็คือสำหรับสไปเดอร์มายเนี่ยก็คือเขารู้อยู่แล้วว่าเขาจะชนะมาได้เนี่ยก็คือมันเป็นไปตามที่ทีมวางแผนไว้อยู่แล้ว ก็เลยรู้สึกว่าก็ดีใจปกติ
Yeah.
แล้ว
If you talk
ตอนนี้
about
คือ
like someone who's going to be the
มั่น
most
ใจแล้ว
media
ใช่ไหม
trained
ว่า
by
ได้อะเราจะ
media
แบบว่า
trained in
ไปสู้
MSL,
ทีม
like
อื่
who
น
would
ได้
that
ในแผ
be?
นของเรา
I
แน่นอน
I like to give my
วันนี้
votes to Hugo. I think he's
มั่นใจ
by
ครับ
far like
มั่นใจแล้ว
the best,
เดี๋ยวไปเอาคืน
the,
KOG
having like the
อ๋อ
most
เดี๋ยว
media
เราคือ
trained.
KOG ในรอบ
เป็น
เพย์ออฟ
Okay,
โอ้ KOG ตอนนี้ต้องแบบ
they're gonna
ฟัง
find a
ไว้แล้วนะ
payback
เขาไป
against
หา
King of
แผนมา
Gamers.
แก้เกมแล้วนะเดี๋ยวคำถามสุดท้ายก่อนที่จะให้นักแข่งของเราไปพักเนาะก็มีอะไร
Final
อยากบอก
questions?
แฟนๆเนาะ
Anything
ที่
you'd like to
มาคอย
leave to
เชีย
the
ร์เราห
fans
น้างานแล้วก็ทาง
who
ออน
actually
ไล
come here to
น์
support you
So,
at the
can
venue
you tell your
and also
friends
online?
that always support you like tell them something
Thank you for coming here in the venue. Thank you for supporting Bacon Time. ขอบคุณครับ
Okay, yeah, pick up some ties.
สำหรับสไปเดอร์มายนะคะก็ขอบคุณแฟนๆนะคะที่คอยซัพพอร์ตเบคอนตลอดเนาะกัน NC ค่ะ
ก็
What about you,
ขอบคุณ
Gun NC?
ที่คอยเชียร์เบคอนครับ
Thank you very much for keep on supporting Paycon.
ตื่นเต้นยังดีใจกับชัยชนะอยู่
โอเค
ก็คือขอบคุณแฟนๆ เนาะ เดี๋ยวให้นักแข่งของเรานะคะ ไปพักก่อน เดี๋ยวตอนนี้ก็ขอส่งต่อให้กับพี่แคสเตอร์ทั้ง 3 คนได้เลยค่ะ
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I mean, there we are. Second matches of the day. Bacon Time, in their typical fashions, lost the first game and then reverse swept Tenacity, who's been currently on form, as also already qualified for the playoff as well. It was kind of tough one to call because I thought that, hey, look, I understand that it would be easy to just say, oh, of course, a team that's already qualified would probably be relaxing a bit. They're probably not gonna be as intensive, especially in all of these team callings and also team fights. Their decision making is probably not gonna be like at the peak locked in, and they're not fully locked in when they already secured a place in the playoff, right? But what I think is you cannot really count them out like that. I think Tenacity has a point to prove with how the team's being performed so far, and I think that especially once the team starting to tune in more and more, I think that having the supply from a lot guys and then also BS is very much kind of changed the team chemistry. So at first you can say that, okay, yeah, we are Rakatat squad formed by all the players who participated in open tournaments and open qualifiers, I guess. But after that, you're gonna see that with the addition of Lord guys and also BS, who I'm not sure that if it's the right things to say on how they actually managed to like not making it to the playoffs, but actually that can also be said for the rest of the team here as well. I just think that all in all, the way that they managed to pull off the results and then also for them to keep on pushing their ceilings. Yeah. Then of course, this game's MVP is gonna be Gun NZ. Who else? He claiming kills after kills. I see so many cases where Kang was already deploying Inferno Pursuit, but it would be his Gun NZ's carry who got the kill. So I'm trying to find his positioning here. Okay, so this highlight is not really dedicated to Gun NZ, right? I got that, but yep. And then it's set up by Vibrant Requiem as well. Yeah, I think that at first B-Boss seems to have a little bit of troubles on making values on that Vibrant Requiem, but I think after this lot onwards, yep, Bacon Time managed to hold themselves off quite well. And also all this defending. At first, I was even questioning if whether committing all this outage and damage to an openings from the Wide Judgment by Spider Mouse would be worth it. But then, yeah, it seems like it kind of keeps the goal differences in their favors, because 5K is, I guess, for a team like Bacon Time is still manageable, especially with how well they organize this team fight, committing all this on. And I think it was Kang, right? Was it Kang or Spider Mouse? It was Spider Mouse, sorry, who actually diverged Tenacity's attention first. I think the team's really trying to commit into finishing him off. I'm gonna wanna rewind and see his item builds later on, because his Kaja is very sturdy. And then yeah, this has to be the moment of the game. Seriously. Waters about to chasing down Bacon Time once more. They're already finding the back lines. All the damage already being expensive. His teammates was left vulnerable, but was a nice timing that was for Kaja's divine judgment by Spider Mouse, and that will be the result. Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. 2 armors, and only suffered 1 death. This is crazy performances by Bacon Time, and I think this give, honestly, like, okay, I understand that King of Gamers is still remaining undefeated. It's possibly that they're gonna go undefeated for the entire regular season run, but the way that I see Bacon Time plays and also adapt to the situations, manage to come out on top even with goal differences being behind for most of the games, waiting for the correct scalings and then executed the game plan at this accuracy. I love to see it, man. Seriously. Damage. Oh man, Gun and Steel is miles ahead of everyone, and yep. Gun and Steel was farming and of course damage dealing, so the MVP of course has to be him. Interestingly, Exhort for Valier, I guess, is the fact that he stays so close to Spider Mouse, who's going to be the one to opening up a fight. After the Wild Judgment caught on to, I think it was BS, right, which is also our sandbags, but right after they managed to cut on to him, we straight up seeing Pix being, I think Exhort was always the first to the scene to make sure to supply the damage and say change his CC, which kind of makes sense because you don't want that to be wired requiems by B-Boss Grenadiers. Alright, this is the setups already. Of course, our 3 casters is... Okay, the 2 casters going to be Popon and then also Be Crazy. And Dr. Mark is going to serve as our analyst for today. It kind of makes sense because he's also he can also be play-by-play, right? He can also do color commentary. It's kind of, I'm not sure how it is in the rest of the regions here, but for us here in Thailand, most casters has to be able to interchange because we never really get a chance to pick our partners, right? And even if we get a chance to pick our partners, it's never really about the styles even, right? It's about trying to maintain the momentums within the casting, making sure that nobody's gonna have like a dead air moment. Okay. As we're waiting for our last match of the days to begin, I'm just going back and revisit Valley Thai against Buriram. Yeah, spoiler alert is actually Buriram's victory, which I believe means that Valley Thai has now been confirmed as the last team to miss out on the playoffs, I think. And if that's the case, it means that Soul Leagues is already in playoffs, right? That's crazy. That is crazy. Wait, did I share my post to... Oh my days, I haven't done that yet. Okay, I need to share it to MSL Thailand official groups. Hopefully it will be good enough for the team. Oop, something wrong with my mouse? Hopefully not. For Buriram, yep, they need to win 2 out of the 3 matches. Really tight, they already claim it, so Soul Leagues would be that next victim, and I think that there's a solid chance that it might be, given that Soul Leagues is already okay, yeah. Interestingly enough, I think that if Soul League's already been guaranteed into the playoffs, then... But yeah, man, it kind of tough for Valley Thai, right? It's the teams is for how well they perform in the first 2 weeks. You know, we thought it would be like a world beater. It's always great to see already qualified. No, sorry, that's ACT too. ACT has yet to confirm the playoffs here, and they're gonna go up against King of Gamers in today's match. All right, so sorry. But if Tenacity's already... No way that's the case. Like, if So if Valley Thai missed out on the playoffs, this means that we already have all the 6 teams, right? Because formerly it's already Hydra, E Arenas, Full Sense and now Valley Thai. So it's already 4 out of 10 teams. So the remaining 6, meaning that they're now actually qualified, isn't it? I'm gonna try to find some infos about this, but that would be crazy if it's the case. And meanwhile, let me check out the timing real soon. I need to see how many minutes we got left. Around 17 minutes. So yep, should be around 7 p.m. Predictions. Okay, ICB crazy. Choose to reverse it. Give it to Valley Thai 2-0 instead. I think if we base it on the capabilities and the run and Buriram's current running forms, I think that it's not an outlandish to actually thought that Valley Thai might make a comeback here, you know, especially with this like a do or die match for them. But okay, we are starting right up Guinevere and also Exort. Guinevere and Uranus already being banned by Valley Thai, who's at the first pick, and then Freya and Bashir by Buriram being banned. They're probably gonna leave Juicin to Buriram's to ban as a courtesy, and let's see what would be Valley Thai third ban pick. I don't think they're gonna narrow down Loy's option by that much. It's gonna boil down to, at the very least, like the tactics that Tricotista has been led up so far. Loy's has been primarily going on util junglers, but I don't think it would be too outlandish if the team would switch up. Okay, wait, they banned Juicin by themselves. Interesting. So let's see what would be the first opening options for them. Sertian, if Buriram bans Sertian, then they're probably gonna go for Phoveus, right? But if Buriram's gonna deny them Phoveus, then maybe it's the other way around. Is there any pick that I missed? Like we see priorities is usually just Leo Mort, Harith maybe. That depends on respect ban as well. But so far I'm not seeing Buriram trying to focusing down on Gale just yet. Third ban picked by Buriram. Marcel, of course.
3, 2,
With this being said, I think Valley Thai now have all the options available for them. Maybe Phoveus for Nicholas first, who knows, or Sertian for Lingxi. They're not going to zone down on the gold lanes yet, but let's see. Harley, of course, for Katinaru. There's also rumors here, but it's unconfirmed, so I guess we're going to leave it at that. But there's a rumor that Katinaru is going to leave the active roster soon as well, to make it into the coaching staff instead, along with Mikasa, which makes sense. They already have Katiharu though. So Valley Thai is probably gonna look for a jungler real soon. I wonder what happens to QNS from Nadang Mufa or Red Face Blue Hands. But yep, okay. Aerith being picked for IC definitely. And Phoveus maybe? Why not?
Sand rises when I give the word.
Okay, they go for Khalid first. For MZ, I guess. So the priority picks for Buriram has been for MZ and IC, right? If this is the case, I kind of want to cut onto that pattern. I'll try to cover other Buriram games later on, but it's kind of interesting how they prioritize the pick for MC and IC first. It's kind of telling us about like their core game plans in who would be the main damage distributor. But Katinaru and then Lingxi. I still think someone needs to pick on Phoveus. It would be... Okay, Sertian already being picked. I was right about that, but okay. So no one's narrowing down on the XP laners yet. Sertian already being picked, so probably cutting down options for Agi as well. Let's see who's going to play for. Yep, bit of a communications here. Right behind them, of course, Coach Trequartista, but then also their team's managers. And after the mid-season transfer, the team substitute as well, which is going to be Amy Hack. Amy Hack is, I'm quite sure he's part of IDNS as well. Probably not the MSC 2017 winners, but I'm pretty sure I saw his name as a substitute like in some years from 2020 onwards. So, yep, of course, Buriram's gonna close now on that Phobius picked. It's gonna looking good for Naragon so far,
Them play the hero.
and then
I will
banning out Wizong
world
instead.
desperately needs.
Ooh, doubling down on the XP laning options.
하야부사 산주.
Your team is
And I think Willie Tai starting to have something in the back of their minds. Guinevere already being banned, and then but Leomord is still open, and I think that there's a chance that it could be that Willie Tai is anticipated that Law is probably going to settle on Leomord once more. Meanwhile, last pick by Buriram choose to ban out Alice, which makes sense because she'll be a deadly combo with Sertian that Lingxi's already got onto. Last ban pick by Willie Tai. This is a rewatch, guys. Currently, we've already finishing 2 matches. One of them is going to be against, of course, Bacon Time against Tenacity, which I'll try to rewind back real soon. But yeah, right now I'm trying to keep covering on the matches that I've missed, which is going to be Willie Tai against Buriram. So Hayabusa and Fanny was banned. But then, so right now is a clear possibilities, or at the very least, that Willie Tai is actually buy into the ideas that Lois might actually committed to an assassin jungler. But all this is with Leomord still being open though. So a 4th pick by Buriram. Would he just settle for jungler picks yet? Suyo all open up. But I'm not sure if the pacing is the right one. Aki is gonna go for Eve first, of course. And then the last 2 picks by Willie Tai. Of course, Harley already being picked, so they're not looking for a jungler. An XP laner to match up with Phobius. That would be quite intense right now. No Wizong, no Alice. Uranus already being banned by their own side as well. I kind of think that Willie Tai's options is kind of limited. Who could it go for? Terisla? Maybe, who knows? But like, is one thing about that is, you know, the Nicholas. I need to know if how long for Nicholas has been playing MLBB for. And actually, Nicholas. All right, Terisla actually being picked by Willie Tai. That's interesting. But then, of course, Claude, not a bad pick at all. But then, as of now, one thing that I was picking up straight away is going to be the CC by Willie Tai. The only option so far is going to be Fury of Phoenix, which I think they need to save that for a big fight initiations. Meanwhile,
Like the crimson
okay. IZ and last pick by Buriram is going to be Leomord. Okay. Yep, another match that we not have yet to see Lois go for Assassin's Jungler. Let's hope it plays into his favor this time around. It's kind of, I understand that they can kind of adjust towards the meta, right? I'm not gonna be away from that, but at the same time, it's kind of, it's always an option which always present itself whenever the matchup is coming in, and I'm not sure if, because whenever the result doesn't go that way, which upon this time is already been twice now in Full Sense and sorry, I lost my train of thought. The loss to Full Sense and Tenacity, yes, whenever the result doesn't go that way, you know, it's always gonna come back at that sort of what if possibilities. Hey, what if you actually let Lois go for Assassin's Jungler? What if you actually let Lois go for a Mechanics Jungler in order for him to and for him to be like a main pivot in damage dealing? Who knows, right? But as of now, we are gonna go and head straight into the Land of Dawn for match number 1 here at match week 5 for MSL Thailand. Is oh what MCs? Half of his HP already gone. Probably got caught on the chart, James, but that's way too early, my guy. Meanwhile, Lingxi, of course, with Sertian, be using that range, keeping Aki at bay. He has yet to across the river in order to finishing off that minion waves, but I think the credits actually have to be thanking I think MZ. He's probably invading the jungle's half straight up. Lois already caught on to Katinaru as well. I think the match now up on the bottom lanes here between IZ and Gal would be the one too we should look out for. Did anyone else see that? Okay. Let's see. Linksy and then also Shah James. So he's gonna try to find one at least. Whoop, I think we lost the audio. Could it be some sort of troubles? Okay. I guess we going with what we have, but Shah James right now in MZ's side, of course, he can initiate a fight straight away, but at least Crystal Void by Aki. That's gonna cause him to slow down, and yeah, but at this point, no one's at level 4 yet. We cannot expect a kill, sort of like a first blood damage yet. Okay, MC and Naragons. I think that's gonna try to chasing down Shah James. Linksy right in the out bushes. Aki flanking in with Crystal Void, trying to zoning out the areas. And right now, Buriram is going to try to dominate this river fights, as well as I believe one of them, Leomord from Lois, already initiating the turtle siege. Shah James already at the scene, as well as Nicholas. Naragons aiming for him, jumping right in, caught onto Lois. Real world predictions from Aki, and managed to get the turtles first. Naragon finds Shah James as well as the first blood, and chasing down Nicholas straight up. Aki about to commit to another team fight as well, but probably think it's wiser to put more pressure onto Linksy, who now already rotating back to the mid lanes for another wave of minion clash. I see. Okay, rotating right back up, and I think great rotations by Buriram. We see straight up that MC is at the bottom lanes trying to find infos about the whereabouts for Claude from Gale, and then meanwhile here IZ's switching on to the mid lanes here in order to supply the damage to make sure that they keep the rotation going into their favor, especially with the minion wave clash. And now IZ against Gale. Oh, Chrono Dash finding him. I think right now 3 by Buriram's at the top lanes here. They're looking for something big. Naragon is fighting one already. MC flanking right in with Loy as well. Phantom Steed finding Nicholas diving into the turret vicinity. Aki with oh my days, real world manipulations barely miss Nicholas. Oh man, that was way too risky, and now an ultimate is being expensed. Bully Tai trying to reclaim back the rivers. Linksy initiates the fight straight up. They're not caught onto one. That was very risky move by Aki. Like oh man, I cannot second that. Real world manipulations in that angles. He should know better. Now Shah James and Linksy trying to link up once more. These two play together too, right? I mean, I started to forget the intels that I gathered for Know Your MSL Thailand team series. Shah James in the bush right in the middle of the rivers. MC trying to apply more pressure straight up. And now Buriram getting all the angles possible in order to secure this turtle. Shah James not gonna let that be as easy. Hilda right now, I think, Brave of Wilderness, and now Salmon Force by IZ chasing down one already. That's just gonna be Kathy Naru. Blinking right in, finding Aki there. Get positioning by him for Burirams to claim this kill. Meanwhile, a showdown between Nicholas and Naragon. Naragon, of course, already scoring one above him. The matchup between Phobius and Terisla is honestly, I mean, on paper, it's kind of easy to adjust that Terisla scaling might not be in time with Phobius, but as of now, Shah James, ooh, the matchup with MZ, I think it's not too bad, but then, of course, with the damage supplies from Lois, yeah, that's something for you to look out for. สวัสดีครับ Someone's in the chat again BRU พรุ่งนี้น่าจะต้องเจอกัน Alright, outer turrets on the bottom lanes already gone. Naragon's holding off 3 from Wali Tai, MC and Aki flanking in to support him in times. both sides gonna disengage yeah เจอกันครับเจอกัน MC match up with Char James once more oh like he's struggling to make a value I think make a value plays with Hilda because otherwise he's gonna only fight MC and it's not really a best idea to commit fight with Khalid but then of course Wadi Thai cannot afford to stay on the back foot like this and needs to find a fight and needs to find a ganking opportunities which right now is not looking to be in their favor Sandstorm coming in Fury of Phoenix trying to break Reram side but Salmon fought from IC already Char James this buff but got chased down by Lois mercilessly oh man what else could they have done here and the Aragons into the bottom lanes with no longer outer turret Scal is caught onto quite a bit of a trouble this is just like the handbook that I guess so many teams have caught on up until this point which is to put pressure on Gal and make sure that he doesn't get a chance to farm and scale his marksman up I didn't expect it to be this kind of obvious to Salmon Force by IC Char James but flanking by him finishing off first one man down by Wadi Thai as another Lord is about to be spawned within the next 100 of a seconds พรุ่งนี้ขอมันเฮ้ยได้อยู่แล้วเป็นออฟไลน์ทั้งทีเฮ้ยภาคคู่ใครยังไม่รู้เลยเหอะ okay I think purple buff being secured pushing onwards already crossing the river with these waves JKK อ๋อพี่เจมโอเคเฮ้ยวันนี้พี่เจมภาคนานนะวันนี้พี่เจมภาคแบบลากยาวอยู่นะเท่าที่ได้ข่าวมางานเขาอะแบบแต่ภาคเกมบอลน่าจะ manage ได้มั้งเดี๋ยวค่อยว่ากันพวกนี้เชื่อมือได้แล้วพี่เจมโอเค meanwhile that's พี่เจม this Char James yep right now about 3 levels behind Buriram let's see Destu of course trying to remain stalwarts onto the outer turrets on the mid lane here at least meanwhile another pressure being put onto the bottom lanes Gal have to rotate elsewhere in order to kind of find a value picks here but Naragon is not gonna leave him alone here meanwhile Katinaru and Nicholas against MZ and Lois they can and only do so much aiming for the minion waves let me see the timing right now shouldn't like the next match already return oh already oh yeah right about on time
Official telecommunication partner through 5G
last match of the day is here guys
by Infinix Official
interestingly
sponsor
enough
by Richman Shop Official gaming chair partner DX Racer
interestingly I think that this is the one to look out for because it was meant to be
มาถึงคู่สุดท้ายของเรา
Yep.
ในวันนี้แล้ว
King of
นะคะ
Gamers
เรียกได้
against
ว่าเป็นอีก
ACT
หนึ่งคู่ไฮไลท์ของวันนี้ที่ทุกคนรอคอยกันเลย เพราะว่าเป็นการเจอกันของ2ทีมที่แข็งแกร่งแล้วก็ฟอร์มเนี่ยกำลังมาดีทั้งคู่เลยนะคะ คู่นี้จะเป็นการเจอกันของทีมไร้พ่ายอย่าง KOC
of course the undefeated King of Gamers
ค่ะ ต้องมาเจอกับงานยากนะคะอย่างฟีนิกเพลิง ACT
This will be that
Esports
tough
Cup ค่ะ
matchup
อินซี
against
ดำปะทะธาตุมืดโอ้โหอาจจะเป็นฟีนิกเพลิงก็ได้นะคะที่
อาจจะเป็นแชมป์ครับ
จะมาหยุดความ
ทัวร์ไหนทัวร์
ร้อน
ทัวร์นี้หรือ
แง
ทัวร์นี้หรือ
ขง
หรือพรุ่งนี้
โอ้โหบอกได้เลยว่า ACT
ทัวร์นี้หรือพรุ่งนี้
เขาจะต้องงัดแผนเด็ดนะคะมาสู้กับ KOC
พรุ่งนี้
ในวันนี้แน่นอนค่ะ
ทัวร์นี้เหรอยากว่ะ
เพราะฉะนั้นนะคะทุก
Like
คนใครที่ไม่ได้อยู่หน้าจอคอมนะคะรีบ
MSL
กลับมาเลย
MSL ได้
พร้อม
MSL
น้ำพร้อมขนมนะคะเพราะคู่นี้บอกได้เลยว่า 2-1 เนี่ยมีให้เห็นแน่นอนนะคะ เพราะ
แบบ
ว่าฟอร์มของเขาเนี่ยกำลังดีทั้งคู่เลย
พรุ่งนี้
เดี๋ยวมาดูกัน
โอเค
นะะ
โอเค
ว่าวันนี้
MSL ใช่ไหม
ใครจะเก็บแต้ม
MSL
ได้ค่ะ
พูดยากว่ะแบบ
ถ้าทุกน
คือ
พร้ม
หลายๆครั้งก็
แว
คิดว่า
ขอส่งต่อให้กับพี่แคสเตอร์ทั้งสาม
ถ้าเป็น
ค
King
ได้
of Gamer เลยมันจะง่ายไป
ค่ะ
เปล่าคือณตอนนี้แบบยังคิดอยู่เลยว่าแบบว่าจะไล่พ่ายใน regular season จริงๆไหมอะแบบถ้าเกิดว่าแบบสมมุติว่าโดนพุชไปจน อยากเห็นว่าแบบว่าเขาแก้ตัวยังไงเวลาแบบเสียเกมอะแบบเวลาแบบเสียแมตช์อะไรอย่างเงี้ยแต่ว่าถ้าเกิดว่าเอาแล้วตอนนี้จริงๆก็ ก็ง่ายไปหน่อยก็คงต้องแบบให้ลงที่ King of Gamer ก่อนนั่นแหละส่วนถ้าเกิดว่าอยากจะดูเรื่องฟอร์มนะตอนนี้จริงๆแล้วค่อนข้างทำไมไม่รู้ว่าเบคอนไทม์ทำไมรู้สึกว่าเบคอนไทม์จะได้ยังไงก็ไม่รู้แบบเข้าใจว่าแพ้ King of Gamer ไปแล้วแต่แบบเห็นความยืดหยุ่นเห็นแต่ว่าถ้าเบคอนไทม์อยากจะแบบชัวร์ๆใสๆว่าเป็นแชมป์น่าจะต้องแก้ไอ้เรื่องเสียเกมแรกก่อนเสียมากี่นัดแล้วก็ไม่รู้ว่าแบบนัดที่6แล้วมั้งเนี่ยคือโอเคมีชนะไฮด้า 2-0 แล้วแพ้ King of Gamer 2-0 นอกจากนั้นคือเสียเกมแรกแล้วรีเวิร์สสวีปหมดเลยซึ่งแบบโหตอนทำให้แบบแม้กระทั่งตอนนี้ก็คือไอผลต่างก็ไม่ค่อยดีใช่ป่ะล่ะผลต่างที่มันแบบเป็นตัว set a seed bracket อ่ะพูดยากถ้าเอาใสๆตอนนี้ก็รู้สึกว่าKing of Gamer ก็ค่อนข้างไร้เทียมทานก็จริงแต่แบบคิดว่าส่วนตัวแล้วทีมที่แบบปรับตัวดูทรงแล้วมีโอกาสไม่น้อยเหมือนกันโอเค let's see the standings currently so at this point like we got the 6th team the playoffs race already over with the first match I didn't realize it can go on like this that's crazy so okay Valley Thai lost to Buriram 2-0 which kind of sends them home as well so right now here we go 6 team and I guess if there's going to be any sort of narratives to put on as of now it's going to be the standings right who's going to be in which seats for the playoffs brackets King of Gamers probably gonna want to remain this unbeaten runs hopefully they not get ahead of themselves which as of that that's not seem to be the case Z I need more intel on Z oh great copy words here it says this guide of this mid lane is way more is too small for two Dove for 2 Phoenix พูดถึงตรงนี้คุณอาพัชนะจริงแต่แบบจริงแต่ว่าถ้าดูจากจริงแบบเข้าใจว่าโอ้โหคัดทีมชาติอะไรก็ติดกันตั้งกี่คนในนั้นนะใช่ป่ะแบบเดี๋ยวทำกันบ้านอีกทีนึงแต่ว่ามีอะไรให้แบบพูดเยอะแล้วก็ดูทรงแล้วก็น่าจะเป็นทัวร์นาเมนต์ลองมือก่อนไปเวิลด์ละมั้งอ่ะ you can actually see here for how it is but yep if we look at ACT okay there were times where I think that if they managed to put pressure onto Zeros it's kind of makes sense for them to lose the momentums and then Spear of Destruction by Payan really like to see if whether they can manage to connect it I really want to see if whether Coach Shadow would prioritize or respect ban. I think he would respect ban Payan. Like they cannot afford to let Moskov goes into his hands. And I'm not saying that because Spear of Destruction. Actually, I think that's a compilation of a Spear of Destruction by Payan's side, and it's not really that accurate. Yeah, there was times where it just sort of like nearly find the opponents, but I think the main point about Moskov is just how proactive and as I mentioned, Payan is probably one of the best lane phase player in MSL Thailand, regardless of position, regardless of the lanes. Sorry. With this being said, I think that when he managed to secure a pick like Moskov, his character's progression is going to be crazy. And we're not only talking about Speed of Destruction, right? That's only the tip of the iceberg. It's the fact that he can manage to are they already on stage? Okay, King of Gamers against ACT. Is Zed on the stage? Is Hugo on the stage? That's what I want to know. Meanwhile, for ACT, this game they're gonna go for Piper and Flugio once more. Interestingly, I'm really curious about like Coach Shadow's rationale. I'm not sure if we can get an interview with him because that's really what I want to know. How does he pick in which match to go with Piper and Flugio and which match to go with Garnet and Super Mains. I have a theory that it has to do with the fact that maybe that maybe Supermains and Cairo has yet to like graduate, I think, but I'm not sure if currently the schools in Thailand, if it's already on holidays on summers. Okay, all the teams here. I think Z is going to be played, right? Okay, yeah, so it's Z.
ท้ายของ regular season ACT คือทีมที่กำลังอยู่ภายใต้แรงกดดันอย่างหนัก
What?
ตอนนี้กลับมาตึงเครียดกันต่อครับเพราะว่านี่คือ1เกม
We have a Thai voice over
ทีเพื่อจะปิดเกมครับจะทำให้พวกเขาเนี่ยได้เดินทางไปต่อหรือเปล่า
แม้พวกเขาจะยังอยู่เหนือกว่าในตารางคะแนนแต่ช่องว่างที่ห่างกันเพียงเล็กน้อยทำให้ความผิดพลาดเพียงครั้งเดียวสามารถเปลี่ยนสถานการณ์ทั้งหมดได้ทันทีและในช่วงเวลาสำคัญแบบนี้ ACT กับต้องมาเจอกับ King of Gamer ทีมไร้พ่ายของลีกที่การันตีการเข้าสู่ Playoffs ได้เป็นทีมแรกเรียบร้อยแล้ว แต่เป้าหมายของ King of Gamer คือการไร้พ่ายให้ได้นี่จึงไม่ใช่แค่เกมของทีมลุ้นอันดับแต่มันคือเกมของแรงกดดันและมาตรฐานที่ไม่มีใครหยุดได้
Interesting
เพราะในช่วงเวลาที่ทุกแต้มเริ่มสำคัญที่สุดของฤดูกาล ACT ไม่มีพื้นที่ให้พลาดขณะที่ King of Gamer ก็ไม่มีแผนจะหยุดชนะเช่นกัน
Interesting voice over, and I think it's yeah, it's interesting voice over. Definitely a matchups to look out for head to head between Payan, the gold laners from King of Gamers, and also Flukio by ACT as well. Okay, when we talk about KDAs, these two will sort of like match up well. When it comes to team fight, I think it has to do with the fact that most of the time Flukio goes for Claude, so he usually gonna need like that trifecta for the itemization first before he can kind of be reliable with his blazing duets, right? But then when it comes to gold per minute, man, Payan, this guy, his macro games is, I'm not at this point, I think it's kind of clear now why Coach Justine choose to go with him. You know, like, oh, it's because he's Filipinos, they're fellow Filipinos, they managed to link up. No, look at this. Look at how disciplined Payan can be in order to like secure like the macro games objectives that Coach Justine is probably gonna need. I think that their styles are also quite different, and even if we're looking at this team fight percentages, it's not really gonna be reflective of how these two can actually like be contributed to the team fights. We're seeing Payan with pick like Moskov, he's probably gonna rely on the attack speeds. You know, that hit rate is gonna come into play with his scaling. Meanwhile, Flukio, of course, I think just kind of playing it safe, and also, sorry, safe is sort of like and I'm not saying that he's timid, but he's clearly very much like macro game centric side laners as well, along with Piper. This is what I kind of noticed, that it's sort of their main objectives whenever Piper Flukio plays is to, of course, to hold off the side laners and then kind of allowing Sylvie and then Sir Ross to rotating in to supply the team fights. All right, here we go. Freya, Uranus being banned by Coach Justine. I'm not sure if it's like a blind ban pick. Marcel and Jusin as well by Shadow. Now this is a blind ban pick. Whoop. Sorry. Not sure if it's just the streaming or the entire things. Hopefully not. Okay. I'm good with 730. 720. Sorry. Second ban pick. We might have to dial down to 480 for now, man. Not even joking. Whoop. And now Hugo is gonna serve as a team analyst instead. You're joking. Yeah, but I'm looking at the streams right now and it seems still fine, right?
Welcome to the greatest magic show of all time.
Okay. Harley, it is. I'll try to keep it as it is first until let's say an in-game play then. Sorry for the qualities, guys. At the very least, I guess like my face is still 180, right? This is a joke, man. This better be something about my personal internets here, because it's kind of riled me up. Harley being banned, so of course I think Coach Justine respect ban Sir Ross picks, of course. The Tien being interesting. With 33, just go for Phobius. I kind of interested to see what would be King of Gamers' first priorities. Might not be XP laners. The most valued pick would be... Oh, never mind. Phobius it is. 33, just want to get this out of the way, making sure that he has the ideal heroes for this pick. Meanwhile, ACT with the counter picks, probably we're gonna see a jungler straight up. Otherwise, I think that Coach Justine sort of already kind of signals that they're gonna respect ban Sir Ross if this keep on going. Sir Ross, yeah, I think it's not too bad. Yep. Bought already for Flukyo, straight up. Interesting that is kind of like in the very first phase, but then Piper goes for Terizla. I'm really also curious about because okay, Piper and Flukyo are transitioning from another MOBA title, but they have been with ACT way longer. I'm not sure if that affects their hero pools, but I see Piper go with Sora before, and he plays him well.
I will be the star above her darkness.
Meanwhile, King of Gamers already got Guinevere. For Kazin? Okay. And then Harith. For Payan. Okay, so Payan's gonna go with Harith in this game. Very interesting. Zeros, of course, gonna get Leomord once more, but he's probably not gonna. Yeah, he's probably not gonna want King of Gamers to keep on contesting his hero pools with the remaining 2 ban picks. Second ban phase already. Narrowing down on the mid lanes for Zed. Interesting. Kimi already being banned. Zetian as well. So at this point, but both teams has yet to go for the mid laners here. So okay, Romer's denying Sylvie is his picked. Yes, Sylvie has been crazy on high loss. Not gonna want to let that fall into their hands. Maybe another mid laner is probably. Oh no, they double down on the Romer as well with Kalia. The pick off. Okay, and then Valier. At this point, Eve, Farsa. I don't think there's more viable mid lane options for both. I better not see Eudora, man, or Aurora. I think there's a match. There's a match that Aurora, Eudora was playing, right? That was wild. Let me search MSL Thailand and search this too. Both picked by. Okay, of course, got to Kacha. This can lead to a very similar problems in the previous game that they lost against Buriram, which I think is CC. And I really need to see how they're gonna play it on this CC. Meanwhile, the mid laners, better just go for Eve. I think Zed can play quite a lot of hero pools, from what I've seen at least. Probably already settle on to the picks. And then also the roamer options as well. That's another one too that was interesting. Hilda, okay, being picked by now, and then the mid laners they're gonna settle on. Yep. But then, yeah, I think that ACT better already have like something in mind for them for the mid laners picked. They go for Farsa. It's not okay. Yeah, let's see. If not Farsa, I'm still figuring out which mid laners would they go for. I see Flukyo smiling. Don't embarrass me like that, please. I'm short on options right now. I'm trying to look for if there's any other mid laners that actually viable for them. It's gonna be Laylia. Okay. Why? I'm still okay. Look, the way that they can go for is of course like AOG into the back lines. Where would Phantom Steed find the targets? I think there's a match that, because if I were to look at the regular season, right? Let me look at the match, because I'm pretty sure I watched one match where I think ACT lost against Bacon Time, and I'm pretty sure in that match, Sir Ross sticking with Leo Mort, and one of the problems I remember it quite vividly was that his Phantom Steed, like he trying to initiate it, trying to do that as a follow-up fight. Phantom Steed for Sir Ross become like a follow-up mechanics, and especially when there's already like a big skirmishes in a narrow space, Phantom Steed just does not find anyone, or at least doesn't find the targets that Sir Ross need to finish off the kills. So yeah, I'm curious why. Okay, I'm trying to kick this back to 720. Yep, like hopefully we all set as we head into Land of Dawn for our last games here. Last match between King of Gamers and ACT. I think the VTR that speaks a lot already about the fact that King of Gamers, of course, they're not going to plan to lose a match anytime soon. For ACT, they really need this win in order to ensure their positioning in the playoffs. I'm seeing now getting chased very early on. So, yep, a pressure being applied by them, and a match up between, of course, Sylvie and then also God and C would be the one to look out for. Kind of opening up his position. Maybe trying to lure Set in order to dispense all their skills. Meanwhile, now I got caught on by God and C once more. They're playing rather aggressively, ACT. Let's see if King of Gamers have what it takes to punish them, or if the young lads can just get away with this. Meanwhile, for the audience prediction, it's kind of reasonable. I think it's not outrageous prediction poll for King of Gamers to be 73 to ACT 27%. Oh, is there a commotions at the top lanes? I think that Payan got pushed into the turrets here. Huh. Okay, a turtle being expensed, and King of Gamers is actually the first to the scene. And now chasing down onto Sylvie, 33 for the setup, real manipulations coming in, while with Requiem as well into the mix, and 33 5 Piper first as the first blood maybe. Oh sorry, someone's already got slain there. Who? Nile? Oh man, I must have missed that. One got chasing them and then got knocked off. No, not cut away yet. Garden C finishing off 33. Kaizen finds Sylvie as a retaliation. And of course, with his Layla, he's going to be able to disengage here. The objectives go to King of Gamers here, but their HPs are all low. They're probably going to need to retreat back to the base first. The remaining of ACTs probably, with them conceding the kills first, they're now back on track and trying to reclaim their positioning in their half of the jungle. Nai and Kaizen double downs on Sylvie's caught onto their positioning. Sir Ross looking for an angle to provide support to his identical twins. Diverges attentions onto the orange buff instead. Very meticulous, King of Gamers. Especially with how they apply pressure with all the small jungler minions here. Sylvie? Trying to lure Nai into their half there. Of course, Sir Ross and Gan C was ready now. All the ultimates were being online here. And that set up by the ganking would be exactly what ACT needs. King of Gamers not gonna let it satisfy them. Sylvie finding Kaizen's positioning. Meanwhile, Piper got 33 on his site. Another turtle about to be spawned within the next 20 seconds. If we look at the itemizations here. Yep. Garden C's goals is just like cruising right now. So ACT is not significantly behind. Meanwhile, of course, it's going to be Payan once more with a Harith pick. Turtle being spawned, Kaizen first to initiate the fight. Trying to jam in with 33. Sylvie right behind with Z as well. Trying to zone him out, of course, with Crystal Void. Maybe Piper? Oh, Flukyo. Make sure that Payen stay in the top lanes here. So, of course, this is probably the pressure tactics that Coach Shadows put in place for them. And then now, and pick a fight with Sylvie. Gardency trying to punish him and shipping more of the HP. A Turtle about to go into another reset. King of Gamers, 3 of them already committing to the Turtle fight. Sylvie trying to chase down onto now and looking for a trade-off instead. Oh, Salmon Force with Flukyo trying to use Blazing Duets to escape, but not in time. Payen win this fight. Now I think a setup coming in. Phantom Steed by Sir Ross first. Now it's in big trouble. Set right behind him to provide support. And there find Kaizen, who's rotating right on time in order to secure the areas for King of Gamers to get this second turtle. It's kind of crazy how King of Gamers make this so effortless. Like, it's not like all the dominating left and right, but everything they're doing was just on point. Another time here maybe. Now shipping all this damage. Already not gonna let Payen use that Chrono Dash to finishing him off. He got the kill already. Flukyo's already 2 kills down. Not looking that optimistic here, obviously, with the outer turrets on the top lane is already gone. And then of course, 33 doing his part, finishing off 1 at the bottom lane as well. Piper has to rotate and try to make time for this, but of course with the constant pressure by King of Gamers now, his Hilda pick is really effective here, invading ACT half of the jungles. 3 of them ganking right in at top. It's quite a narrow positioning here. Kaizen probably trying to lure in and cutting the minion waves here with Guard NC. Got flanked from behind. He's surrounded. Sylvie's trying to chasing down his friends. Still unable to find any. Whoop. Now got caught. Maybe. Oh. He's sustaining himself very well here. And then Kaizen now at level 10. He gotta look out for wide with Requiems, really. Phantom Steeds already by Sir Ross. Not finding Zed. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that Phantom Steeds, like, it's counterfire his mark. Kaizen, wide with Requiem, knock up on the 2 real positions from Zed as well to claim Sylvie. And 2 with Piper and Guard NC is trying to look for a payback. But King of Gamers just does not phase here, and Kaizen would be able to rotate between the mid lane's turret's vicinity with ease. Now the minion waves hit onto Payen with Salmon Force already. 1 trying to commit to the team fight. That's gonna be Piper. Penalty zones left King of Gamers unfazed. Kaizen's trying to tanking in all of this. Oh man. Third turtle possibly going into King of Gamers as well. ACT is trying to shift their priorities here, but Kaizen is still on to them. Yep, no contest whatsoever for that turtle siege. Yeah, oh man, right now 5k in gold differences. But at the very least, ACT can drive a minion wave to put pressure onto the outer turrets at the bottom lanes from King of Gamers, but I don't think they mind that much. Orange buff, ACT trying to stay close to the buff, but I think King of Gamers caught onto them already. Sylvie right behind enemy lines. 3 against 1 there. Has to allow the Guardians to disengage first. Inner turrets already being thrown out by Zed's penalty. Sorry. Real manipulation as well as Salmon Force. Now brought onto 2 Flukyo with Blazing Duets, encasing by Piper's first, but Flukyo trade back with now. And Payen's with finishing off Sylvie as well with Kaizen goes for the double with Sir Ross. Flugio has to double kill as a retaliation, but this is the opening that King of Gamers need. Inner turrets on the top lanes got already by Paya's Harith. Oh man, at this point, so real world manipulations as well as Salmon Force, Sir Ross, once again Phantom Steeds. At the very least, I think he managed to found now, which is a good call, but like, yeah, that trade-off is not really going into their favor. Kaizen already like committing to all the fights while Requiem disrupting, I think, the follow-up from ACT. So yeah, credits to Flugio for saving that Blazing Duets for the latters, got his double as well. But right now, the positioning when it's come to the areas of play for them, with 4 turrets down, it's not looking that bright for ACT. That's found the lords already. Oh, Kaizen. What exactly is he trying to do? Another minion waves hit the inner turrets on the bottom lanes here. King of Gamers with claims another structure. Red Wall Crystal by Lloyd. Salmon Frost committed by Payan, diving right into the inhibitor turrets on the bottom lanes. And Payan still insisting on this siege. God NC and Piper, half of their HP already gone. Meanwhile, another minion waves right at the inner turrets on the mid lanes. Trying to get that Holy Shield out first, of course, and Payan. This is the reason why he keeps getting all this gold, most gold per minute, right? All these turrets closing, turret shutdowns. Lord still with full HP, hitting onto the inhibitor turrets on the top lanes here. Salmon Frost by Payan once more, finding 2 of them. Penalty zones already by Piper, I think. Not caught on to nobody. The Lord still with half HP gone. King of Gamers probably know that this is not the right timing yet to try to go for this rotate here. Kaizen also split pushing onto the bottom lanes here, diverging ACT attention. Minion waves already crossed the river, especially on the mid lanes here. Could be the anchor that King of Gamers looking for. Flugio with Blazing Duets. Kaizen with got Ross first, but Flugio retaliate in time with Payan going for another Salmon Force, finding Sylvie as well. 2 against 1 down in King of Gamers' favor. And this inhibitor turret siege is relentless by them. Is someone contacting me? Yep, never mind. Salmon Force once more by Payan. Ooh, close call by Piper. They're trying to chase down with penalty zone. But of course, King of Gamers can already disengage with the inhibitor turrets on the mid lanes about to fall down at any given moment. King of Gamers probably trying to put their foot off the gas for now, but not for long, definitely. Retreating back into their half of the map, securing the purple buff. The game is in their hand, of course, with 6k in gold differences. For ACT, they can reclaim their half of the map, but yep, it's only a matter of time before they get pushed back onto with now no longer outer and inner turrets on both, on all 3 lanes. Next sword has been spawned. King of Gamers not in a rush to get there. Meanwhile, ACT, I think they're probably a bit they're probably gonna have to be a bit more eager to get to that Lord. Sir Ross, the closest to the scene, probably already calling his teammates to come and regroup. King of Gamers dispense all this damage onto one. Sylvie diverging the Lord's attention, prompting a reset. Kaizen drawing the commotions from ACT. 3 of them already opening up the positioning. 33 trying to zone out Sylvie. Sir Ross right in behind his twin brother. Flugio with Blazing Duets. Caught onto now. First has to use Flicker in order to escape from there. Pardon me. Repositioning himself quite well there. 33 got caught on Sylvie. Chrono dash by Payan to supply the damage, but not enough to close him down. Lord still standing now against 3 from ACT in Piper, Garn and C and Sir Ross. Sylvie flanking to match up between roamers. Meanwhile, this gives Kaizen the position that he needs to slay this Lord. Lord already being deployed onto the top lanes. Another minion waves by ACT to inflict damage onto King of Gamers' area of play. But still now can keep that waves away, and also the outer turrets on the top lane. King of Gamers had yet to lose a turret. Okay. Blazing West by Claude ready once more, but right now I think they're really committing onto this inhibitor turrets on the mid lanes here. Already destroyed. Lords cruising right into one. Salmon Force being expensed as well as Phantom Steed. Oh, Void Crystal by Zed, and of course with now Lord already gone here, but of course King of Gamers 5 still standing here. Real world manipulations zoning out ACT. They don't have any CC to drive them out. Payan with Salmon Force to dishing out this damage. This minion waves is what King of Gamers needs to shut down this base, and of course one still standing. That's gonna be Garn and C, but there's only a meager of hope here for him as King of Gamers mercilessly dismantled ACT and taking game number 1. Ah, you go. Oh, you gotta love to see that, man. You gotta love to see how Hugo managed to being this supportive towards his teammates here. It's a macro game masterclass by them. They don't lost a single turret here. Oh man. And I think it has to do with Payan as well. The fact did Payan even got killed once? None, right? That's crazy. So of course all this Lord and being deployed in time for them, their spacings for them to use like this. Whoop. Oh, we gotta have to eat this tool for a moment, but yeah, this tool for them. You're gonna get this game number 1 in quite I would say almost with ease. I think that we see the vision from ACT, right? But this is where things start to go south for them, especially in all the matches they have lost so far against Bacon Time and Buriram, which all of them are a tough contest. Totally understandable loss. Pardon me. They're probably going to really need in order for them to put pressure onto Payan, right? But then, of course, it works only for a moment. When you let a hero like Harith going into his favor, what we're going to meet up instead is going to be the way that he suppressed his team fights. Hopefully it doesn't cut onto the audio. MVP, Payan, once again. Yep. 0 death. That's probably like the most insane part. And he still keep that goal per minute to 800 up. Crazy. At this point, I think it's safe to say Payan is, in my humble opinions, I think he is the key to King of Gamers macro games. The fact that he can perform in this manner week in and week out. Yep, we talk about Gale. He's very prolific, especially in Valley Thai's like early optimistic runs. And if we look at his positioning here, and also the consistency, and how important, how integral he is for the team's tactics that Coach Justine would implement onto the team, I gotta give it to Payan. Even more credits because I'm not sure if he's ever turned pro before, if he's ever in MDL even. But this is a crazy display. And look, against, I'm not sure if whether, because when you look at their team fights, when you look at Bacon Time, let's say you see that match up in game number 2, right? Then that match against in that match against Was it against Tenacity? Yes, it was against Tenacity. They actually managed to secure quite a lot of games, but then once again, Exort and B-Boss, we can clearly see them like group up together. When you look at Payen, we see him by himself so many times, and he just always hold himself off at the very least until the team commits fights onto his lane, and whenever he has to supply that damage, of course with Salmon Force and then real world manipulations from set once more, all these AoE damages, that's another aspect of the comp that I've yet to mention. But yeah, basically ACT just does not have any countermeasures for all this front to back gameplay by them. Lucio does get some kills, which is nice, but yep. Yeah, so Ross does not turn up. He got 6 assists, which is quite good. No way, he got 6 assists. That means he participated in 100% of the team fight then, right? I've mentioned this already. I think the Ross remind me so much of Lois. He's this very much mechanical jungler, but like when you look at this, Payen, of course, Richman, and also the carry with Zed providing the most assists because of his real world manipulations, definitely by Eve, and then Sylvie being the punching bag. Yeah, like I've yet to say like out of the Guardians in order for them to set up the fight. So basically, like King of Gamers just give them no room for a breather. There's actually a redeem code. Make sure that we also supported MSL Thailand YouTube channel as well. A lot of traffic is needed over there. I want to see if should I do an ASMR. Hopefully, like my filter is strong enough to ensure that like you guys don't hear the crunching. I'm gonna try. To ensure that like you guys don't hear the crunching. I'm gonna try. I think it's good enough. Definitely. That's good to know. But yeah. So right now we already got playoffs. I think it's already secure, right? The remaining 6 teams now it's the matter of who's gonna get which seedings. That's interesting. Okay, some sponsorship, I guess, but we have to really look into. What we really need to look into is, I think, it would be the way that we can commence this sort of team fights, especially for King of Gamers. At this point, I think the macro game is so solid that they have yet to be untouchable, right? So let me check the schedule real quick because I'm pretty sure that King of Gamers had yet to meet Buriram, right? That'll be the match to look out for, I think. Like that might be the case, or else like they already meet. Oh man, It's crashed. Hopefully this is in time. Hopefully this is in time. Yep. Okay. Perfect. We're back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ACT's already met Buriram. Sorry, King of Gamers already met Buriram, right? Yep, that's right. So King of Gamers' last match would be against Full Sense.
I am a daughter of Northern Vale. I swear to protect it till my last breath.
This time, Coach Shadow's not gonna want any more of Payan's Harith, banning them serious straight up, and then also, oh, True Respect ban here with also Kaizen's Guinevere, and then, yep, Coach Shashi is gonna do his due diligence of banning all of this. Jusin and also Freya. Jusin was kind of understandable, but for Freya, it's clear that right now this is what he's looking for. Banning Moshkov as well. Good call. That's gonna leave quite a lot of openings for the main pick though. Marcel. If Marcel being banned, I think that's gonna be King of Gamers' third ban pick. But this is gonna open up Phobius for Piper. Phobius, Harley even. Let's see if we gotta get to see that for Sir Ross.
Welcome to the greatest magic
Oh,
of all time.
Marcel is out. Chose to ban Harley instead by Coach 16, of course. Respect ban for Sir Ross, but this would we see Marcel though? Interesting. Marcel is out. Yep.
Same truth. 3, 2, 1.
Cosmic blaze will never be extinguished.
Once more, 33 go for Phobius, and I think Payens is also trying to prioritize the gold laner pick straight up with Claude. And I think in a way also trying to narrow down Flugio's pool of hero as well, because Harith and Moskov was already bad picked by them. So at this point, maybe Eve or Valentina. Okay, maybe not. Viper go for Terisla, Sir Ross got Suyo. Okay, too bad. I guess it makes sense since King of Gamers haven't committed to the mid lane pick as well. Gonna get Basir for Kaizen, right? Huh. This is kind of different from Guinevere, though, we have to say.
Everything engulfed in flames.
Narrow down the mid lanes.
Ultimate answer.
Hilda and then Valia. So respectively, both sides gonna ban the roamer and the mid laners. Maybe put King of Gamers double down. They could have banned Kimi. I don't think they're gonna go for Gato. Interesting. Maybe that's why. I mean, most juice doesn't mean it's the best though, right? Harley for Sir Ross and then Guinevere for
It's time to go to the RT show.
Kaizen.
Fun.
Hey, they banned Layla because Galaxy played the last game, right? I just noticed that Cairo was up there as a stage. So okay, it's not because he still have school. I'm not even sure how old these guys are. I'm quite convinced they're at oldest 18, right? Because in October last year there was just Dirtian got picked. Interesting. Maybe ACT might have to deal with Eve instead. Either Eve or Kimi, I think, because but Eve would help them with the AoE damage more and kind of complements with penalty zone by Terizla, but and the setup would go as well with Marcel as well. Not Eve though. Second guard of the day, and I think that they intentionally go for Granger to pick off Paya's hero pool. Is Payan seems to put his hand over his head. What? Not sure why Payan sits so far apart from everyone else. I have a funny feeling about this game.
No one can escape my iron fist.
Huh? Badang it is. Not that often we see Badang. I think Badang roamer for now. What's the idea here? I think safe to say. I think it's safe to say that King of Gamers has to like adjust that on the fly. Like that Badang pick seems to like coming after everyone was just like have to make a cohort and have like a brief meeting and say, hey, who are we picking? That's crazy. I'll be right back, guys. Probably gonna have to littering first.
All troops deployed. Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Interesting pick by ACT. I think they're trying to retaliate straight up by trying to dominating their half of the jungles instead. But what I'm seeing here is that Nile just roaming around, of course. So with Kaizen switching to Basia, definitely he's gonna have a way more mobilities to use in the map rotations compared to Guinevere, which I think you probably have to play around it, you know, because you know that he cannot provide the same setup with Tortoise Persons. But okay, I think ACG is committing to this team fight. Now it's right in behind from him. Has to watch out for his fist crack as well. And then Kaizen still got caught in between. Piper's trying to chase down, do a follow-up damage. Got flanked on bound now. But ACT seems to get the upper hands here when it comes to the Tis Turtle Siege. At level 4 straight up, Tortoise Persons being dispensed by Kaizen to disengage from that. And potentially the first turtle might go to ACT here by Sir Ross. Okay. It might be game on moments here, guys. I think with the way that the results from King of Gamers is kind of helpful that they suffer a bit of a game loss, right? I think they lost 2 games, which I think it's very helpful for the team that's kind of try to go on an unbeaten runs, right? I think it's very important for them to be alert and also to watch out to get caught up like that as well. I think right now King of Gamers trying to draw ACT to the team fight, but yeah, there's yet to commit to him. And now Kaizen got chased down by Sir Ross. Payen tried to provide support, but Flukyo as well trying to go for another kill. With Sir Ross got the first blood into ACT's favor as well. And Payen has to use Blazing Duets to disengage from here. Sir Ross and Sylvie, the twin brothers, flanking into the turret vicinity between the outer and the inner turrets on the bottom lanes. Ooh. Who would have thought? ACT get to set the timings for the team fight this time around. Kaizen and Piper, each of them trying to progress the game onwards. 1k goal differences by ACT side. Another turtle about to be spawned in 15 seconds at the bottom half of the lanes here. Guns already trying to ship damage from Z, but that is the dinner bell that 33 needs to try to commit to this team fight. Shipping down another damage as well, with now finding Sylvie. Keeping close eye on him, zoning out the area. Marcel managed to cut onto through from King of Gamers. Turtles got slain by Sir Ross once more. Blazing Duet coming in from Payen, but that cannot ship onto Pipers here. Philly of Phoenix coming in from Sertian by Zed, but 33 would take it out Guard NC as a collateral. Turtle go to ACT. First kill from King of Gamers already arrived by 33. Payen, whoop. Get flanked by Sylvie. Kaizen has to rotate in to provide support. I think this is exactly what ACT trying to do in the first game though, like trying to push Kaizen to rotating downwards to support Payen. Not sure if it has to do with, I think Lethal Wanderers goes to ACT side as well. Yeah, the timing seems to go into their favor as we speak. 2 turtles falling into their hand as well. Now find Sylvie in the bush. Meanwhile Payen, yeah, he's probably getting zoned by Flugio here right now to levels up. Another game where we have to look out for this contest, definitely. Payen. At Liberities now can provide him covers, but Sylvie rushing in, setting up in the turret vicinities already, so he's a bit safer here. Guard NC trying to dish in the damage with that beam by guard, but now would evade in time. 33 has to rotate to the mid lane to apply pressure onto Sir Ross as well, and also to keep Zed safe, and where his Serthian can kind of roam free at the back lines. Match up once more by now. Blazing Duets blinking in, finding Flugyo, but can only do a fair share of damage. The draw song by Kaizen with 33 supplying damage. Piper is in big trouble. A ganking coming in by Zed as well, but he still stand. Not for long with Kaizen's Barcia finishing him off. The turtle is being spawned straight away, and it seems like ACT is closer to the site. With this timing, knowing that Zed's committing to that top lanes here, they're trying to finishing all the outer turrets here. Fear of Phoenix coming in by him. Kaizen flanking in behind, fighting Zoomies. Meanwhile, Sir Ross and Flugio's already getting to work, claiming the third turtles to ACT sides. Alright, a clear adjustment in terms of macro games from ACT. And now I think, yep, the turrets are also ahead as well. The outer turrets on the top lane is already gone. There will be the second one for ACT. Interesting. This is what I would like to see. You know, not necessarily because I like to see one team lost, okay? But I like to see King of Gamers getting tested.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Flugyo opening up his position right in the middle of the river. Now trying to get as close as possible to him. Meanwhile, 33 They try to flood this top lanes here, which of course gonna opening up the positioning. The minion waves already crossed the river into the inner turrets on the top lanes for King of Gamers. Ziwi at the forefront. Fight Kaizen. Still too far ahead. His team cannot follow up into the correct position to supply the damage. Whoop. Kaizen got caught once again by Marcel. Fear of Phoenix. Find 2. Look, Yo's HP is not really getting ready here. 33 trying to get access to the backline. Zeros 5-9 already with 33 trading in Garn NC as well. But Look, Yo with finishing him off as a payback 2 against 1 in the favor of ACT. They can continue their pressure straight out the outer turrets on the mid lane here. Set and Payen stand still. Mr. Ross already with his 2 Yos diving into behind. Kaizen is in big trouble, and Flugyo with finishing him off as the outer turret was gone. Zed trying to deal as much damage as possible to keep the inner turrets on the mid lane intact. But now the lot is being spawned. King of Gamers are 5k down in gold differences. ACTs have gained the upper hands in order for them to start this Lord siege. Okay, the lot goes into ACT's hands. Interesting. King of Gamers, they have to regroup, they have to reset, and also make a callings as well. But based on the players' camp, I've yet to see them talk. Badang's Bravest Fighters is also ready as well. Fear of Phoenix. Yep, all of their ultimates are now online. And I think there's Sonatas by Fluktos as well. They're now ready to commit to the team fight. Lightning Truncheons coming in from Zed, as well as another armor for 33. He really needs it. This big fight can be match defining. Kaizen's already with the shield unity. We got disrupted straight away and set up for Flugyo to finishing him off. 1 down already by King of Gamers. Holy Shield on the top lanes, but inhibitor turret is already gone. Now has to rotate in here. Flugyo is conditioning all this damage onto him. 33 looking for a correct positioning in order to accessing the backline for ACT. Meanwhile, now is going to receive the brunt of all from this damage here. Lord arrived at the bottom lanes. Flanking right in, drawing out Holy Shields. 33 opening up his position, matching up against Piper. Now is into the back line as well. 33 coming into the team fight. Fury of Phoenix from Zed as well. Chasing now ACT here, but one is behind the enemy line. Ruby 33 could fall down by Flugyo once more. Sir Ross make it double for ACT. Meanwhile, Basia by Kaizen fouls 1. Kaizen might got chased down here. Now try to provide support, and will still be able to save his friend as well as the inhibitor turrets on both 3 lanes. Interesting to see how King of Gamers would have regrouped from this. They're now invading the purple buff. Probably no contest whatsoever by them. Interestingly, I think ACTs right now, they're trying to find more infos. Piper's flanking onto Payen. So the setup with penalty zones does work well with Marcel, of course. And now I think Flukyo got chased down by Kaizen. They're trying to commit to this team fight. Zed coming in with Fury of Phoenix as well, but Marcel can stave off Kaizen, and now's pressure with Sir Ross already arrived at the scene. King of Gamers pushing onto the river. Keep their eyes out on Ziwi as well as Sir Ross. And both of them is going to rotate towards the Lord. King of Gamers committing to the initiation fight first. 33. Drawing the attentions away from Sir Ross. Sylvie flanking behind Foul Nice. Meanwhile, Kaisin with Shield Unity. Found the back lines here with Payen coming in with Blazing Duet. Now with finishing off guard and see first. And now the main damage dealer for STT has gone. Sir Ross. Oh, his Evil Queller is now gone as well. But Sylvie is trying to flanking in from behind as well as Piper. By Payen. Caught on to one with Kaisin as well. Sir Ross dishing on his damage against the gold laners by King of Gamers. Cannot finishing a kill. One down and it will be ACT. But right now, it seems like King of Gamers has dispensed like 3 of the ultimates as well. So they're not ready to contest for this Lord yet. Meanwhile, for ACT, Piper is going to stay stalwart at the areas to claim out the positioning as well as the intel for his friends. This game is interesting. Nice read by Sir Ross, found 9. King of Gamers already regroup a lot in that site. Meanwhile, the minion waves at the bottom lanes past the river, prompting Flukyo to rotate it downwards. And I think this is exactly what King of Gamers need. Sylvie and Piper got contained by now, but Marcel is going to apply his own CC in as well. Soros got the Lord! Oh my days! Payen's with Blazing Duet, but got caught on by Penalty Zone. 33 finish off Sylvie already. Right now, ACTs with Piper and also Flukyo trying to stave off the threats by Gardency and Sir Ross at the back line. Flukyo training off one with 33 as a retaliation. Sir Ross got the Lord. That is costly for King of Gamers. I need to see a replay on that. How can he find the right positioning here? Now King of Gamers has to deal with this Lord first. Sir Ross so close to the scene. Kaisin caught onto his positioning, but then Piper gonna chase him down as well. The Lord was contained. Meanwhile, ACT can once again reclaim their half of the jungles into King of Gamers' half. Okay, they're trying to foul now here. Got caught on between 3. Still managed to survive this fight initiations, but not sure to commit on to the follow-up one. King of Gamers is in such a big trouble. At the very least, what they can do is to sever this orange buff. 4k in gold differences. Scores, of course, 8-7. Not that far behind, but when it's come to the play areas, with the 6 turrets being gone right now, that is inner and outer turrets on all the 3 lanes here. It's looking quite grim for King of Gamers. The winning conditions for them right now, of course, needs to be in the same manner that they can stave off ACT's pressure in the Lord Siege. Once again, not sure how they can do that with the progressions being behind. Because right now it seems that ACT, let me check real quick, but yeah, apart from Marcel, from Sylvie, and then Gans with his guard, all of them has already reached level 15. And it seems like King of Gamers, with that due diligence in jungle farming, they can at the very least close the gap down to 3Ks. But ACT got all the right angles to keep tap on their whereabouts, as in the next lot is about to be spawned in the next 30 seconds. Sylvie chasing away now first. Pushing another minion waves in, of course, trying to divert King of Gamers' attention. Once the Lord is about to crash into the scene here. ACT obviously first to the scene. It will be Kaizen, who can only lurk behind, calling for his team to start the contest here. Kaizen dog aways revenge strike from Piper as well. Oh, and it seems like Kaizen can follow through with this Lord. 33 got sorted away by guards from Guard NC. Now trying to find the back lines here as well. Fury of Phoenix coming in from Zed. While Guard NC is already one down by ACT. The rest still hold their lines here, but Payens flanking right in with Blazing Duets, trying to finishing off Flugyo here. Immortality already being expended here. And there's two in the back lines right now, invading the purple buff by ACT side straight up, as well as reclaiming their positioning in order to go for this Lord for King of Gamers. This is huge for them. And Payan got this Lord, a lifeline for King of Gamers that they desperately need to now equalize on the goals. And now the Lord has been deployed onto the top lanes here. ACT committed to finishing him off before he reached the inner turrets. Meanwhile, King of Gamers, they need to leverage this. They cannot just let the Lord push by themselves here. Now, got caught on by Piper straight up, maybe, or Sylvie. Fury Phoenix once more, and Payan with the Blazing Duet. With Claude in the end game scalings right now. They're gonna find Kazin as well as now in the back line. Are they waiting? God NC, God finishing off once more. And the Lord still with full HP, find the inhibitor turrets on the top lane here. King of Gamers still remain relentless. They push another minion waves into the inhibitor turrets on the mid lane as well. Sylvie 533 holding off against the Lord here, and Payan finishing off another turret. Minion waves coming right in. Piper, Sylvie, and Flugyo has to hold them off. 33 flanking in from the side. Kazin and Payan is waiting for that cases in order to go for another Blazing Duets once more. Great timing by the Filipino gold laners by them. Hazen roaming around, flanking on the two with Unity. Payan finishing off another turret here. Blipping right out as King of Gamers chose to disengage for now. The tables have turned. 3Ks in goal. Advantages by King of Gamers side. NCTs have yet. I still don't know if they know what hits them. King of Gamers can hold themselves away right by the riverside now. They have reclaimed their positions and also putting irreparable damage into ACT's Lord Siege and in terms of the map play as well. Losing inhibitor turrets on both mid lane and also top lanes means that ACT has to commit on to the minion waves manipulations, which is going to draw away so much of their time and positioning as King of Gamers now try to go for this enhanced Lord as we approach the 20 minutes marks. Sylvie's lurking behind. Piper opening up his position. Lethal Wanderers by King of Gamers side. That's going to allow them to of the advantages in the positioning side. Hazen by Sylvie in the bush. Piper match up against 33. And Payan roam free with all the spacing here to finishing off this Lord. Piper try to ramp up the intensity as well as Sylvie with the CC here. Not caught on to nobody. The Lord got resets. And now King of Gamers committing to the team fight here. Set with Fury of Phoenix finding out Flugyo already. 33. About to expand his Inferno Pursuit in. Meanwhile, Sir Ross going for the split push here. Kazin caught onto him. Piper's got chased down by 4 of King of Gamers. There's only so much he can do as Zed go on the killing sprees. ACTs. Sir Ross with his 2 minions try to commit as much as possible to the split push. Showdown against Kazin. Barcius does not have enough damage to deal with him. Meanwhile, King of Gamers approaching the base, prompting the junglers from ACT to return to his base. Sylvie's got split push down while sets found Guard and C once more as King of Gamers pull off a 2-0 victory. A close and entertaining one here. Oh. The undefeated remains so. King of Gamers 2-0 ACT. My days. Payan just keep Kazin hanging, man. What? Interesting. Oh, I kind of like Payan. He sure enjoy himself whenever he wants, but clearly he's very respectful with his team. That's dope. That's dope. Hugo wise everyone, man. I'm pretty sure that the young lads were way younger than him, but oh my day, what a match this is. What a game. I understand that we're probably gonna have to talk about Payan's blazing duets early, especially later in the late games, but man, Zed, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he gets MVP for this one. 7 assists, my guy. Maybe now as well, I understand, but without his Virio Phoenix, like King of Gamers cannot advance and in the follow-up fights and capitalize on the momentums like this.
ตอนนี้นะคะเราก็อยู่กับ
Alright.
ผู้ชนะนะคะทั้งสองคนค่ะจากทีม KOG King of Gamer
See what I say?
นะคะโอ้โห
Hugo is
บอกเลย
probably the
นะคะ
most
ว่า
media trained
ทีม
MSL
นี้
Thailand
นะคะ
players.
เขาพูดจริงทำจริงนะคะว่าเขาจะไร้พ่าย
Hey.
โอ้โหใกล้แล้วจริง
Mini
อีกนิด
said
นึ
that
ง
of
เนาะ
course
โอ้โหก่อนอื่น
stay
เลย
true
เหมือน
to
เดิม
their
ค่ะ
words
แนะ
for King
นำ
of
ตัวก่อน
Gamers
เลย
side. They're gonna go
ผม
undefeated.
ก็บองชูเตรียมก็คือคุยกันไว้ครับผมก็เดี๋ยวเตรียมตัวไว้เผื่อได้ไปปารีสอะ
อ๋อ
What?
เผื่อไปก่อน
อ๋อเผื่อไว้
ก็
ก่อน
สวัสดีครับ
So-
ชื่อฮิวโก้นะครับผม
So Hugo greets us in French because he kind of prepared himself to go to Paris for M8.
อ่าคือไหนๆก็เข้ารอบเพย์ออฟ
Wait.
ไปแล้วเนาะแล้ว
Why-
เกม
why to
ที่เหลือ
Paris
เนี่ย
though?
คือเรายังใส่
Sorry.
สุดอยู่ไหม
เต็มที่ทุกแมตช์ครับ
เต็มที่ทุกแมตช์ไม่มีการ์ด
What's the significance here? MLBB for Paris.
กับทุกแมตช์ก็คือ 100% หมดครับผม
Yep, of course they're trying to commit 100% to each match.
100%อันนี้เราก๊อปไปเนี่ย
Oh, okay, I see. Esport World Cup.
คิดว่าอะไรเป็นจุดแข็งที่สุดของทีมเรา
What is your
เรา
team
มี
biggest
แผน
strength?
การเล่น 7,438 แผนหรือว่า
You have
เรา
visit
เล่น
your
กันแบบว่าเข้ามือเข้าหาใจกัน
7,384 plans.
ยอดครับผมยังจำไม่ได้เลย โอเคครับ
Oh, that's
ก็
nice.
จริง
I couldn't even remember the number I made up.
เนอะผมเชื่อว่าน่าจะเป็นทีมเวิร์กแล้วกัน ทีมเวิร์กระหว่างเพลเยอร์ด้วยกัน
I think it's a teamwork between players.
เป็นทีมโค้ชกับโค้ชจัสตินนะครับกับ
And of course,
player
the
คือ
team
ทุกคน
works
แบบ
between the
ทุกคน
coaches
แบบ
as well,
connect กันไปหมด
with
เลย
he himself, Hugo, and also Coach Justine from Philippines.
การฝึกซ้อมนะครับผมแล้วก็ที่สำคัญผมเชื่อว่าเราเป็นหนึ่งในทีมที่มีการสื่อสารระห
We
ว่าง
delivered
คนไทย
the best on our performances.
ที่ดีมากๆครับ
And we also have to give credits to our communications between the Thai and the foreigners as well.
ที่เหลือพี่พิวพูดมาแล้ว
ก็คือโค้ช
He
เขา
goes
ทำการบ้าน
already
มาดีเพราะว่าเขา
speaks
รู้
it
ว่า
all.
เขาจะต้องมาตอบคำถามเนาะทุกวีคเลย ทุก
ครับ
วันเลย
I'm telling you, man, King
อี
of
กแมตช์เดียวค่ะ
Hugo
เราก็
was
จะกลาย
probably
เป็น Incident
so well
ไร้พ่าย
media
ของ
trained.
จริงแล้ว มีอะไรอยากบอกแฟนๆ ค่ะ ที่คอยมาเชียร์เราหน้างานตลอด
Anything you'd like to
แล้วก็
say
ทางออนไลน์ตลอดเลย
to
ครับผม
your fans who
ก็
keep supporting you
อย่าง
at the
แรกเลย
venue
ก็
and also
จริงๆ
online?
ไม่อยากให้แฟนๆโฟกัสเรื่องไร้ไพ่
We don't want the fans
จริ
to
งๆเรา
put
เอาจริงๆ
focus
อาจจะมี
on
แบบ
to the unbeaten
เอา
runs.
จริงๆเลยคือพวกเราไม่ได้โฟกัสเลยครับผมเรื่องคำว่าไร้ไพ่
It's
พวกเราโฟกัสแค่ว่า
to be honest, we're not focusing on our unbeaten runs at all.
และไอ้ที่
We
เป็น
just
ไร้
want
พ่าย
to
ตรงเนี้ย
make
คือ
sure that we
สิ่ง
deliver
ต่อไป
100% of our performances on each matches
กลับมาที่
and doing our best, leaving
ก็คือ
nothing else to
ก็ขอบ
regret.
คุณแฟนๆนะครับผม
So of course, we're very
ที่เชื่อมั่น
thankful to our
ใน
fans
ตัวเรามาตั้งแต่แรกนะครับผม
who
ว่า
believe in us
ตอน
from
แรก
day
ก็อาจ
number
จะ
one.
อ่าโดนไม่ได้เป็นแบบ
Before the league starts,
เท่าตอนนี้นะครับ
we might not be number one. We might not be regarded as the best team.
จนถึงแฟนๆทุกคนที่เพิ่งเชียร์เราด้วยเราสัญญาว่าจะทำทุกแมตช์
So thank you for your beliefs as well as our recent fans, our new supporters as well.
นิดนึงค่ะขอ
We
เวลาสักนิดนึง
promise to do
ขอ
our
บ
best.
คุณทุกคนที่คอยตามเชียร์คอยให้กำลังใจ
Thank you very much, everyone, to continue your
แล้ว
support.
เรามีกำลังใจอื่นไหมคะนอกจากแฟนคลับ
Oh, and do you have
อ๋อ
any other special
ก็เลยทำให้เรา
support?
ชนะมาได้
I think it's probably
เพราะกำลั
someone.
งใจอยู่ตรงนี้
Probably
โอ้โห
probably his
โอเค
girls.
ค่ะเดี๋ยวเราให้นักแข่งนะคะ เดี๋ยวให้นักแข่งไปพักก่อน เดี๋ยวเราขออนุญาตส่งต่อให้กับพี่แคสเตอร์
And
ทั้
of
งสาม
course,
คน
we're
ได้
gonna
เลย
send this
ค่ะ
over to the casters. That would be it, man. This has been entertaining live stream so far. Just have to say, we're probably gonna get to see like the stats for these games, and yeah, I'll probably cover that, and then probably this will be it for these streams. Interesting. I haven't kept up with EWC at all, man. I never know that they moved from Riyadh to Paris. That's kind of nice. Of course, once again, thank you for today's caster. It's gonna be Popcorn and then also Be Crazy. And our analyst here, of course, no one else but Dr. Marks, probably saving up his stamina for tomorrow going back to play by play. Maybe Dr. Marks was like looking at the comments, who knows. But of course, his MVP is it Zed? Yes! I was right. It has to be him, like seriously, even when I understand Payen racks up all these kills, I understand now is being very proactive with his Badang, but without the nicely time of his Fury of Phoenix, I don't think that King of Gamers can come back in such a manner. Look at the kill participation was 92%, so he was responsible for so many of the assists, right? I see that he already claimed Lightning Truncheons already, so of course it's. If you look at Zed, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. At first, I thought that I genuinely believed that Zed was only like a substitute. I mean, he was right back when Hugo was still active, but at this point, I don't think Hugo got anything left to worry. Now, filling his shoes perfectly, and Zed just perform week in and week out. And I really need to find out more about Zed. Like, where does he come from? Does he come from any semi-pro teams before or what? But so far, I'm loving his performances, man. And suddenly we have another contest for Thailand's top mid laners here. Yeah, because like the top name, the big names here are gonna be Aki by Rams, right? Or Exort by Bacon Time. And wait, for full sense, it's Angelina. And yep. So in the team fight, especially even in the early game where ACT still gain the upper hands, like they cannot manage to snowball their advantages, and then I think once the scaling were sort of matched up, especially in the late games, like it's King of Gamers, Payen just have like a know-how of how to make his Blazing Duets impactful, and I think he's trying to solo out Flugio specifically. Nice to see, man. Yep. Oh. I think 33 tried to say that it was this close, my guy. But yep, 2-0 victory to King of Gamers. That unbeaten runs continues. For ACT, I don't think they did all that wrong. They managed to secure early game advantages quite well. It's just that they lacked the pivots to make it, to kind of steamroll King of Gamers into, especially with all that like the positioning for them. I think they already clear like the inhibitors, sorry, the outer and inner turrets on all three lanes. So it's really no excuse on how can they play with such an advantageous playing space. Not to mention they got all three of the turtles as well. King of Gamers only need one Lord to finishing it off. Look at this. Richman carry all the best positioning goes to ACT here, despite being the defeated side. So Flugio found the most goal. Sir Ross with the most damage dealt as yeah, makes sense because he's go for Stuyo. And then Sylvie with the most assists, even with his Marcel. Piper taking the most amount of damage here. It doesn't make sense. 200k damage taken by Piper. That's crazy. We're trying to match up against King. I don't know. Look at whether King of Gamers side, like who actually like suffered the most damage taken. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. How exactly can they? Because I think that they got the Lords, but they didn't commit it that much to split push, and I think it might have to do with. I'll have to run it back to look at the itemizations because I think that might be the case, and this is going to be the standings as we cross the first day of week number 5 of our schedules. Willie Tai, unfortunately, is going to be the last team to miss out on the playoffs here. So, yep, the playoffs are now locked in. all the 6 teams are now guaranteed to make it into playoffs. It's only the matter of standings because that is going to affect so much when it's come to like their brackets, right? Seeding in the brackets for the playoff spots. It's going to increase their odds, obviously, in order to be called the first champions of MSL Thailand Season 1 here. So the race is still on. Matches still left to be played. And I think statements are still left to be made by all of these teams here. King of Gamers continue their unbeaten runs, as I already mentioned. At 2 all of them as well. So it's crazy how they only concede 2 game losses. Meanwhile, for tomorrow's schedule, of course, tomorrow I have a gig actually. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to tune in to watch this. I'll try my best. But we have Arenas against Hydra and then Buriram's against Soul Leagues. Bacon Times against Valley Thai. So when you think about it that way, Arenas against Hydra, I think this is a match that where both teams needs to earn a win for their fans, right? They already missed out from the playoffs. For Buriram and Soul Leagues, this is directly gonna affect their standings in the playoff seedings. For Bacon Time against Valley Thai, also another match look out for. I think Valley Thai need this turnover, you know, as at the very least for their fans. For Bacon Time, already secured for their playoffs. Who knows? Maybe they'll keep slacking off and letting game 1 lose to Valley Thai. But that's gonna be it for today's live streams here, as well as MSL Thailand Week 5 day number 1. The Thai casters, of course, gonna be Paul Pon, Be Crazy, and Dr. Mars gonna sign off at any moments now, as well as me, Facepalm. Make sure to like, share, and also comments down below this live streams, as well as to click that subscribe buttons. I'm gonna start to migrate my content, which I've been actually posted already on my TT and also my FB fan page as well. And I'm gonna start to uploading them here in this YouTube channel as well. So this will be also your other source in order to gain all this information and also latest update about MSL Thailand for all of your foreign audience here. If you want to let's say caught up to any particular players, maybe for the Filipino fans, maybe you like to support, who knows, Dominic, Nazia, Exor, Spider Mouse, Payen, and Kazin by King of Gamers here. Make sure to like and share this live streams out as well. Paul Be Crazy, Dr. Marks, as well as me, Facepalm, signing off from this live stream here. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I'll see you around next time. Make sure to tune into my highlights as well. I'm probably gonna edit any of them real soon. Bye bye.
ผ่านไปเป็นที่เรียบร้อยแล้วนะคะกับการแข่งขัน MSL Thailand ซีซั่น 1 ทั้ง 3 คู่ในวันนี้ค่ะเหลือการแข่งขันอีกเพียงแค่ 2 วันเท่านั้นนะคะ